Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is tarikaremba, you know the vibes already. Welcome to another Vlogmas episode, and today of course we're doing another chit chat. Get ready with me. I've been doing Christmas inspired makeup looks and I'm doing this for 25 days. So today we're going to do one of the looks together. So we went for a maroon, green and gold look. I hope you guys are feeling the vibes. I hope you guys are feeling festive. And of course we're talking about dealing with loneliness in your late 20s, girl. I don't know about you, but that's where I'm at right now. My name is Tari and I'm dealing with loneliness in my late 20s. So yeah, I want to talk about it. Comment down below, let me know how you feel. Let me know if you've experienced it, if you are experiencing it, and of course how you are coping. So yeah guys, at the end of the day, loneliness is unfortunately a normal feeling that you're going to experience in not just your late 20s, but at different stages of your life. But of course, I feel like at this stage of my life, I probably felt it more than other stages of my life. So yeah, I don't know guys. Comment down below and let me know. But yeah, let's get into it. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Okay guys, so this time around we're starting with the base already done, because this time we're going in with the eyeshadow. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing, but follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because we're doing 25 days of Christmas makeup looks. And so, you know, the eyeshadow is hitting. Okay, so I figured for this video to not be like crazy long, we are just going to start with the base already done so that we can focus on the eyeshadow. So yeah, my base is always the same. So you know, my same rotation of products in general, so feel free to check those that out. My brows are so dark today. I haven't had brows this dark in a long time, but I've noticed like when I'm doing my eyeshadow looks and all of that, like I think I need that for the balance. So anyway, let's get into it, child. So of course, gotta pull up my notes because one thing about me, I'm gonna have a list. I'm gonna have it written down. I want to know what I'm gonna talk about. But anyway, so of course, let's talk about why loneliness hits different in your late 20s. Okay, so obviously I can only talk about this because that's where I'm at right now. I can't talk about 30s, 40s, whatever, because we're not there yet. So of course, if you have a different perspective because you're in a different age group, please share that. Okay, so for today's green, we're going into the Makeup Revolution and Patricia Bright palette, and we're going to be using this Risk Taker green here. Okay, so the first reason why I feel like loneliness hits different in your late 20s is because I feel like we're in that sort of transitional period where like everyone is in a different place of their lives. Okay, like literally we're in a place where some people are moving, you know, to different countries, different cities, and so you don't really get to see your people the way you would before. The other thing is, you know, some people just graduated, some people just got married, some people just had a baby. Like everyone is just like in a very, girl, some people are divorced okay, like, or getting a divorce. And so like that's the thing, like everyone is just in a very, very, very different place in life. And so it's very different to like previous seasons of our lives where we were all sort of on the same page, doing the same thing for the most part. Like, you know, we're all in school together for the most part. Like a lot of us meet our friends and so on at school. So it's like, yeah, most of us are, you know, at the same school, like same form or grade or whatever, and then you go to uni and like we're all in uni and we're all sort of going through, you know, the same sort of firsts at the same time, right? So I feel like late 20s is probably like the first time in like, I guess, adult life that everyone is genuinely just in a different place, doing different things, having different experiences. And so because of that, sometimes it's hard to like align schedules. And I'll say like for me, for example, it's so hard to align my schedules with my friends, because like someone will tell me, girl, today it's my kids, I don't know, Christmas play, and someone else will say, girl, I've got to go to court today because maybe it's my divorce, what happening. Or someone will say something like, yeah, no, like I'm doing an assignment, or someone is busy working, or someone is job hunting, so they're not in a good place to link up, you know? Okay, and then we're gonna have to cut my crease using the Revlon Skin Awaken concealer. So this is what it looks like. But anyway, guys, so obviously this whole situation of being in different places obviously then leads to the situation where everyone has different priorities, you know? And so when you have different priorities, again, it's hard to sort of make time for each other in person because, you know, everyone is doing their own thing, everyone has different things to do, and so on. I think the other thing as well that is like a contributing factor to why like loneliness is a thing in like your late 20s is I think social media. Because I think social media, in my experience anyway, has like this effect of making you feel connected to people but also disconnected at the same time. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone's also like sort of experienced that like feeling or phenomenon, but like you feel like you have like access to more people or whatever, but like you're still alone. So it's not really bringing people together in the way that you would have thought. So yeah, but also I think low-key social media also sort of leads to like a comparison, because you'll see people like posting with their friends or family or whatever, and they'll be like doing stuff, going places, just hanging out, right? Maybe you're just there home alone on a Saturday, child, ain't got no plans, feeling like, you know, left out and feeling like everyone else has like something going on for themselves with their loved ones and all of that except you. And while that may be real, while that may be valid, just remember that everything you see on social media is not always as it seems. So always take it with a grain of salt. And I think it's something important to remember during the season as well, is that like feeling lonely or being alone or whatever is not a reflection on you as a person. It doesn't mean that you are unlovable or like no one cares about you, or you know, whatever lies your brain might tell you during this sort of season. Because even people who seem to have it all together, people whose lives seem like they're all perfect and all of that, those people can feel lonely too. Like there's not one type of person who's gonna feel lonely or whatever. It's like a universal thing. It just depends on the stage you are in your life and what's happening in your life during that season. I guess, you know, when that's your situation, it's important to remember that at the end of the day, it's definitely quality over quantity. So better to have one amazing friend than like 5 not so friends who are there but not really there, but you know, they'll do, but you know, not really, you know, those ones. Okay, so we're going into the Warrior palette for the red. I hope the red is reading enough for what we're trying to do here. So yeah, I think once you get those like wrong sort of preconceived notions or like negative thoughts out of your head, it's important to sort of figure out what you're gonna do. It's not a bright red, but I think it will do. Okay, it's definitely showing up, but it's giving maroon more than anything. Like the color combo still works, but it's not exactly what I was going for. Hey, a win is a win, guys. I ordered makeup a month ago from Shein for this series specifically. They only shipped it today, a month later. Because I don't know why. I don't know if it's Imile, because Buffalo does not move like that, but like I'm pissed off and I don't want to get into it. But anyway, so yeah, it's important to just like reflect on the situation, because maybe it's also a sign for you to check in with yourself and just sort of see like okay, I feel like this. Why do I feel like that? Like, just having those conversations with yourself is so, so important, because it really just gives you that opportunity to really reflect on what the situation really is. Because I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes I then realize when I'm checking in with myself that like actually this issue is not as big as I was making it seem. But if I hadn't like checked in with myself, I would not have realized that actually like it's not that deep. Like it sucks, but it's not that serious. Like I just need to give myself a bit of time to adjust, or I just need to like, you know, feel it out, allow myself to like be in my feelings a bit, and then I'll be fine. So yeah, checking in with yourself is very important, because sometimes that's all you need to just be able to move over that slump and just move into feeling so much better. I don't know if it's working, guys, but we're here now. I think another thing that you can do during this time as well, when it comes to social media, if social media is one of your triggers, is limit your social media intake. Like, even though I'm a content creator, I am the queen of disappearing from socials when I'm feeling overwhelmed or when I'm feeling triggered or whatever, because I know that like sometimes it's not that I feel really bad or whatever, but like being on social media is low-key feels like constantly being around, or like constantly being reminded of this one thing that I want but don't have or whatever. So I've realized that, yeah, no, if I'm in a space where I'm like feeling very triggered, I have to step away from it as long as I need to. And so you'll find that a lot of the time I post and go, and I know it's really bad because I end up getting back to comments maybe like a week later or whatever, but it's just very much like, bro, I was fighting for my life at that time and I did not have the capacity to interact. So yeah, take as many breaks as you need from social media if that is something that is a trigger for you. And of course, I think it's also like a great time to reflect on the kind of like connections that you want to have, and to sort of try to take matters in your hands within reason. You know, and what I mean by that is like take initiative to build meaningful connections with people that you think you vibe with, right? So this could be that person you met at a work event a few years ago, and maybe that's all it was, a conversation, and it didn't go far, but you thought, she's nice, I'd hang out with her or whatever. So yeah, reach out, make plans to do drinks or something. But yeah, I know that some people are hard to make plans with, because you'll make plans, and they just won't really like materialize. Or maybe it's like a busy season, like right now it's the festive season. I know a lot of people have a lot going on, you know, at work, with their families and so on. So it might be like difficult to make plans, but for the most part, you know, reach out. You never know what that could lead to, where that could go, and what new friendship can form from that. Okay, so now we're going in with this lash glue from Essence. This has actually been very useful in terms of sticking on like glitter and stuff for all these makeup looks, but for lashes, so far not quite. And then, so we're going to use that to draw a line along where the cut creases, where the cut crease is. And then we're going to go in with some gold glitter. It's zooming. Yeah, so we're going to go in with some gold glitter on top, so you can create like a halo effect. I'm thinking of actually like bringing it in like this, like around the whole maroon area. Sounds fun. I hope I don't ruin it. But also, controversial take, I feel like loneliness, or just being in a season where you feel particularly alone, especially like when it comes to like your social life. I'm not talking about like romantically, but I mean, I guess this applies to romantic loneliness as well, if that's what it's called. But yeah. But yeah, I say all that to say that, like, I feel like sometimes it's also a gift. I think it is a season for you to also just like pour into yourself and have time to prioritize yourself. It's a great time to learn more about yourself, heal some parts of you that need healing. I don't know, get a new hobby, anything along those lines that you've been wanting to do anyway. But ultimately, you just put in a place where you have no choice but to focus on yourself, and that can actually be a very beautiful thing as well. Okay guys, moment of truth with the glitter. Yo, this is stressing me out so much. Like, if this doesn't come out, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, the glitter's going everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use like a thin brush. I hope that gets the job done better, because I don't want it to go everywhere. Just, guys, I don't wanna lie. It's not, the math is not mathing. The math is not mathing at all. Okay, this side looks better than the other side, but it's still not giving the precision that I prefer. Oh my gosh, guys. I don't know, guys. It's giving what I wanted versus what I got. Do you see that? Ugh. Let me see if I can sort of like clean it up by adding, well, first wiping off the excess glitter, but also by adding the right color back, like into the middle and the top. I think if we do that, the math can math. Okay guys, so cleaning it up with the eyeshadow helped. So we're gonna do the same thing with the maroon on the inside, and it's gonna save the day enough, but it's not quite what I wanted. Like I said, low-key, I feel like it's giving Bengal beauty. This is crazy. So now let's try clean up the inside using the maroon. Let's see what happens with that. Okay, it's better. It's better. It's not amazing, but it's better for sure. Yeah, had me in the first half. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to pose with my eyes closed for this one. Woo. But anyway, guys, I guess, yeah, another thing is just a little bit of encouragement, because it's a season. It's something that's like, it's just a season. Hilsey has this song in which he says, it's a bad day, not a bad life. And then he goes on to say, girl, you make a good wife, because it's, you know, it's called You Are Enough. And he's just trying to, I guess, encourage the girlies that are going through it there by Mjolo. But I always like to remind myself of that phrase that, like, it's a bad day, it's not a bad life. Because sometimes I think it's very easy to find yourself in a position where now you're just wallowing in your sorrows, and the entire time you're just like thinking, oh my gosh, like, I hate my life, or I wish things were better, or whatever. And you start focusing so much on the one thing that may not be going the way you want, but I mean, in other areas of your life, you're probably like really flourishing and things are going really well for you. So just remember that, like with anything in the world, it is just a season. Like, this too shall pass. And it's also important to know that you're not alone. Hey, like, a lot of us are high-key in the same place, where it's like, because we're in different seasons of our lives, sometimes might feel a little isolated, might feel a little alone, but that does not mean that that is actually the situation. So just take heart and remember that it's only a season, and this too shall pass. So yeah, guys, let me know what your experiences are with dealing with loneliness. Like, are there any tips and tricks you use to sort of help you cope? So yeah, I think for me, like I said, I take social media breaks whenever I need to because that is triggering, and I try to just like spend time with my loved ones who I can. So for example, you know, I spend a lot of time with my grandma and my aunt, my grandparents in general, because I think, you know how it is when you're old. For the most part, you don't really have plans. So yeah, I will just like disappear to my grandparents' house for a few days, or just like stay indoors with my other gran and just like take that time to really nourish myself, allow myself to be nourished, and just make the most out of reality as it is. And of course, reading books, listening to music, podcasts, you know, where these topics are touched upon, watching videos like mine make a difference. So I highly recommend tapping into that as a resource as well. But like I said, guys, remember that like everyone is low-key going through it in their own way, and like I said, it is a season, it will pass. But like I always say, try and make the most of this season. Figure out where you're at as a person, what you want to be, why it's bothering you, and what you can realistically do about it or contribute to doing about it. Okay guys, so we have our lashes on. I'm not too impressed with this look, I don't want to lie. The gold is golding more than I wanted it to, but it's also not bad. I don't know, let me put my hair on. Okay guys, here is the final look. I don't know, I need to figure out how to manipulate glitter better, but it actually came out cute. The maroon is actually complementing the green nicely, even though I would have gone for red. This is working too, so it's okay. A win is a win. Anyway guys, I hope you found this video useful, and yeah, comment down below and let me know how you are navigating loneliness in your mid and your late 20s. But also, you know, if you are in another stage of your life and you're experiencing anything that I spoke about, please let us know how you are coping. Anyway, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next day of Vlogmas. Bye.